calling out the indoctrination of these young kids on these platforms.
I know you're tired. I'm tired too. But I have some bad news. I really do. We all have only just begun to fight.
I just had to open up with that, but just wait.
If you back a wild animal into a corner, they're going to become a dangerous animal. I dare you to try and stop me from going into a women's bathroom. It will be the last mistake you ever make. I dare you to try and stop a transgender woman in my presence from using the bathroom. It will be the last mistake you ever make. This is a call to action and a call to arms to everybody within the United States that are scared, worried, have children that are transgender, lesbian, bi, or gay. This is a call to action. You need to arm up, plain and simple. Go out, buy a gun. Learn how to use it efficiently, because the time to act is now. You need to protect yourself, and you need to protect your fellow transgender brothers and sisters and theys and thems. You need to protect the rest of us in the LGBT community, as I'm going to do myself, because there are lots of people like me who are not afraid to die. So you go ahead. You protect your kids.
Okay, Tranbo. So, I mean, really, I know you've all seen that one. But I had to start with that one because it really goes to what I'm trying to point out to you today. So if you didn't know, Netflix, I guess, is making all these crazy kid shows. I have a new baby, but I don't have a kid enough to be watching these age, I guess 7-year-old and 6-year-old and 5-year-old kid shows, and they slip this stuff in just like they do in video games, by the way. So I noticed everyone's going nuts on Netflix for this new show that they here, let me bring this up. This new show that they brought out called Strawberry Shortcake. Isn't that already a show? But I guess they remade Strawberry Shortcake, right? I think it says it's for 7-year-olds, and it says Netflix Strawberry Shortcake is indoctrinating your children. And then I went and watched the clip. I'm not going to put the clip for copyright. I know I'll get nailed here, but it's a whole thing. Like, it just becomes a total nightmare. So I'm going to use a still from this because that's okay. But it's called one of the quotes from the actual cartoon, which I watched, is, as a transberry, I love living out loud as my most authentic self. For 7-year-olds. And then if you notice, she's dressed in a trans flag, and I watched it. She's fully trans. And of course, she's up. It's actually insane. I'm laughing because what? This is so obvious. It's like literally obvious what they're doing, right? A transberry living as my most authentic self. What are you talking about? I told you they're putting the word trans in these little kids' mouths, and they're like, I'm trans too. Like, I'm sure kids, when they would watch this before and it was Strawberry Shortcake, which did not represent a group of people, because that's fantasy, right? Little kids were like, I want to be like Strawberry Shortcake, which is completely, totally fine because it's fantasy. But as we know, this is not fantasy. Transsexualism is real. It's an actual disorder, blah, blah, blah. So now you're teaching kids that they can have this disorder and that they can be trans and live their authentic self, whatever that fucking means. So today I decided that somebody did this amazing graphic here, and I just died when I saw it, and I'm like, okay, this is so perfect. I think now we should make a movie. We should make a movie I'm going to have to take out the Netflix probably for copyright, but we should literally make a movie called Tranbo. It's genius. So when I posted this on my Instagram, this is so great. Some of the comments are just so effing genius. Well, the comments that I found to be the most hilarious. I thought that was Adrian Barbeau. Okay, wait. So wait here. Yo, but I didn't draw first hormone. And then the other one was, they, them drew first blood, not me. And then the person said, I almost peed myself. Because it's just too genius. We could literally make the best comedy show ever. So even though it's not funny, it's funny. And I just think that it's gotten so out of control. It's ridiculous. So with that, let me bring up this one. These are all people I think who should be casted in the Tranbo movie.
This is me. I'm Christy. I'm trans. I hate being called he, him, and everybody keeps doing it. They don't realize that when they do, it just makes me want to die. Have a little bit of respect. We don't all look as good as Rosalind Montoya, Jazz Jennings, Nicole Maines. Some of us still look the same. So give us a break, would you?
No, we're not giving you a break. Nope, we're not giving you a break. Sorry, we're not. So you just admitted it. You hate being misgendered, but you know you look like a dude. You literally admitted it. Sorry, but that's just how the world works. And if you freak trans people out there would have stopped going into women's prisons, going into women's spaces like the gym and the toilet with beards and mustaches and pulling out your penises, none of this stuff would have happened, okay? And you would have just stayed in your space. You've been around forever. I used to see you people all the time before the social media came, okay? You understood. You had to figure out how to navigate the world. But now with social media, you think everyone has to bend over and call you she when you're not a she and you don't look like a she and you damn well know you don't look. So I'm casting you, okay? Well, the first one, number one. You'll be number two, who we're going to cast. Put in the comments who should also be in this movie. I know that I'm going to get so hated for this. It's genius. Okay, and then here's another crazy one. Remember this one?
Terrible. Game over. Wow. And a quick finish to our first women's $20,000 championship tournament fight. The winner is one more round.
How you feeling right now? I'm feeling excellent. That was sweet, huh? Did you like that? Yeah! And I want to tell everyone else, I'm coming in this tournament. Every woman in this tournament better look out. I'm freaking coming.
Ooh, you're so scary. And then did you look at the thing? Someone wrote Mr. Fallon Fox. That's a dude beating the crap out of a woman. Okay, actually, that one should be number one for Tranbo, for sure. Because that one is seriously like the best person to be in that angry, raw, with a gun. I'm going to bust your head open. I'm a woman. Like, go on, Fallon. You go right ahead. Busted a chick's head open. And it's like, yay, how'd you like that? Nobody was like, everybody was booing you because you're a loser who has to beat up on girls. It's so gross. Okay, so this is quite interesting. Listen to this.
Everybody in response to my last video is like, get a gun, get a gun, get a gun. Guys, I have so many mental illnesses. I had a gun when I was like 18. And I first moved out and I lived in a really sketchy neighborhood because rent was cheap. And I had it for like a year and then I got too depressed and I had to give it to my parents. So I shouldn't have a gun. You know what I do have in my purse though, other than my pepper spray and my taser, is my emotional support Polly Pocket. I like girly bullshit. I love this thing. Emotional support. It's great. So instead of a gun, I have an emotional support Polly Pocket. Okay, cheers, guys. Bye.
This is literally why they're trying to take guns away from trans people, which is also bullshit. And I'll show you that. Like, now the trans people are using that. First off, they were all anti-gun, and now they're all pro-gun and think all trans people. At least this person admits that they're too psycho to have a gun, okay? But they're admitting they have a mental illness right there. But then they have their emotional support Polly Pocket? Like, what? Oh, wow. Just, wow. I mean, I don't even have to say it. You all know it. This Total wingnuts. Complete total wingnuts. Here comes another one we're going to cast. Trans person gets violent when presented with facts. Gee, shocking.
One of his policies pertaining to this have been very clearly anti-American.
How do you feel that he's appointed the first openly gay man in his cabinet, and he actually appointed him again in this administration?
Uh-huh.
Grab my property. Hey, don't grab my property. What are you doing? What are you doing? You don't do that.
See,
officer, what are you doing?
because they can never have the debate. The minute somebody becomes violent towards you or physical, they lost. That's clear because they have no words to say it. This person was arguing that Trump hates LGBTQIA PP poo poo. No, he does not. He hates wingnuts and people who are a security threat to our country. I hate wingnuts and people who are a security threat to our country. Okay? And it seems like a lot of trans activists and Antifa people are those exact people. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. Doesn't matter. It's the reality of it. Okay? And that trans person literally admitted that they're mentally ill and they shouldn't have a gun. So, okay, we're nominating that one also for Tranbo. I guess we're going to have to take a vote who should be number one Tranbo, though I already think I know. This one is classic.
Angry.
Go out, buy a gun.
It's okay to be angry.
Get out of my face now!
If you try to stop me from going into a woman's bathroom,
Excuse me, it's ma'am.
be the last mistake you ever make.
It is ma'am.
Find that anger.
Just because people. Hey!
Harness it to do good in the world. This anger
Done, man. We can just make a batch and say that some of us well.
anger is probably my primary source of motivation.
You want to call me sir again?
The thing is, you don't have to leave.
You will lose your bed.
For everything that I do.
Cut that out now, or you'll go home in an ambulance.
You are.
It was a call to action or a call to arms.
It's fair. It's sorry, man. It's fair.
Don't be afraid to show your anger.
Wow, that one really...
Hey.
It is so crazy they don't see themselves, or do they? Or do they see themselves? Because it is built on anger. They're also indoctrinating these young kids to be angry when you don't have to be angry. To any of you young people out there who can see me and people tell you not to watch me, just listen to me for 1 minute. You don't have to be angry. Okay? Transitioning is a choice that you choose to make. Either you choose it or you don't. But when you choose it, you have to have your feet flat on the ground in reality. And flat on the ground in reality means not everyone is going to be okay with you. Okay? When you don't fit into society, and you all keep saying, we're only 1% of the... If it's only 1%, you have to think about that. That means 99% of the world is not trans. Okay, you're slipping into the world. The world isn't slipping into you. I hope you hear me, kiddos. Because really, if you're making the choice to be trans, understand what that means. People are not going to validate you. You better learn to validate yourself. And I mean that with a lot of love and a lot of respect. Okay? But no more playing these games, because these games are actually hurting the real transsexual community. When we come to the world, I mean we, the trans community, because I'm not going to be part of that anymore, with anger and disrespect and forcefulness and violence, this is what we're all going to get. We're all going to have to pay for it. So calm the fuck down and understand to come to meet in the middle. How can we all live in this? I live in the world. I don't have any problems. Nope, I have no problems, because you love to call me a bootlicker and a Nazi and I'm this and I'm pulling up the ladder. You know, when I get those comments, you're pulling up the ladder, Buck, now no one else can have what you have. That is literally not true. Want to know what I'm doing? I'm stopping the conveyor belt. It's not a ladder anymore. It's a conveyor belt. Big fucking difference. When something becomes more like this, you better pay attention. When something becomes more like you have to take steps up the ladder in order to I took a ladder. You're all taking a conveyor belt. You're being just shoved through. It's going to break, and it's going to break you. And then this is what happens.
They are trying to ban transgender people from bearing arms. Did you hear me? They are trying to take away our constitutional right.
What? Can you repeat that one for me? Your constitutional right to do what? I never thought in my life I would ever see liberals defending the Second Amendment. All we had to do was switch it around on them.
That's right.
We could say trans people can't fight crime, and within the day, there'll be a bunch of trans Batmans on the streets of Gotham being like, justice for my pronouns.
I mean, come on, man. It's so good. It's so good because you're all getting so busted. The hypocrisy is coming back to bite your ass so hard, man. It's just so good. I found so many good stuff. It's crazy. Okay.
This is such a misconception about trans people. I am never angry. Like, I don't know why people think that I'm angry.
But I could be angry if you want me to be, fam. I could be fucking angry if you continue with this bookie nonsense, though.
Okay, so that's pretty much a threat. I will if you don't stop with this nonsense. What nonsense? You're getting called out. You're literally getting called out on your bullshit. Okay, the way you guys all try to call everybody else out, but you don't like it when people call you out on your bullshit. You know, I could get angry. You already are. You clearly already are. And how is that even part of transitioning? I don't even get it. Here's another one.
The Minneapolis shooter was trans. The Minneapolis shooter was trans. Who cares? You know what the common link between school shootings are? Guns! It's guns!
Oh yeah, you look really... You look really healthy. You look really normal. You look like I would invite you over for dinner. What? Like, oh my, I just love it. They put themselves... One of the best things I have to say about TikTok and the internet is they're exposing themselves. This used to be over here. These people have always been around. They just haven't had a platform to put themselves on. So now that they have a platform, they're just literally outing themselves as crazy people. Okay? And no, this is literally why nobody likes you all anymore. It's so pathetic. So this one, I had to think about it for a minute to put it, but I thought, why not? Why shouldn't I put this? Okay, and then I'll tell you after, but why not?
Denver shooter was trans, the Aberdeen shooter was trans, the Nashville shooter was trans, the Georgia shooter was trans, the Philadelphia shooter was trans, the Uvalde shooter was trans, the Colorado shooter was trans, and now the Minnesota shooter was trans. I think one of the things that you see being pointed out by the Walsh types is that even if there is no clear ideology, there is something in the water with the untouchable nature of the trans identity until just the past really year that you could even talk about it frankly, and what appears to be a kind of underlying mental instability that tends to disproportionately give rise to these school shootings.
Well, yeah. So the reason why I felt a little bit like, I don't know why. I guess I don't know why that's a problem with me posting that. Because it's the truth. All of these young people identified as trans, that we have to have that conversation. Okay. And a lot of the manifesto and stuff is literally off the rocker. They think somehow that the world hates them. And then that's why I was going to say that to the young people out there. The world doesn't hate you. You hate yourself. You actually hate yourself. To pick up a gun and to go and shoot people and children is a mental illness. There's something wrong. I would never in a million years think about doing that. Okay? But I'm a transsexual and I know I have a disorder, but I'm not so mentally ill to pick up a gun and go blow a bunch of people away. The thought of that makes me sick to my stomach. So what's the difference between somebody like me and this situation? I was not indoctrinated into this thought process that the world hates me, that I'm no good, that being trans is just my authentic self, and that strawberry shortcake is now transberry shortcake. Like, what? Come on, man. We all have to see this together. The transgender community, the gay community, the lesbian community. If we don't come together as a community and get rid of all of these bad seeds that have taken over and have become Tranbo, we have so many Trambos in this community. It's crazy. I don't know. I think I'll just leave you with this. Just why? Why? So see, this is literally what women are talking about. These are men dressed as women. To me, they look like cross-dressers, but they call themselves trans now. In the woman's bathroom, posing and doing. And then the trans activists are going to say, there's very few of these. Really? You could go on the internet and find hundreds and hundreds of these kind of things happening. They are sexualizing women's spaces as men. It's gross. Now, these could be in Tranbo too, but maybe they could play the sheriff and somebody else. I don't know. I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but I think we should all go watch it. I would love to hear your comments on this today. I like making fun of stupidity and violence. Not violence, but I think more that I wanted to show you the absurdity that is happening under the transgender label and how it just keeps getting more. They are so targeting young people. Young people need to know any of this shit, okay? And then you see this kind of shit, okay? So no, we're not going to do this. I'm not going to be okay with this. I don't care what you fucking people think about me. When it comes down to being a person who this worked out for, I have no other way but to stand here and say the things I say, because I see things, and I'm not going to hide my head in the sand because I'm scared of you. I'm not scared of you, and I don't care about being part of that community. I care about the future of children. I care about the future of transsexualism. I care to be honest and straightforward to the world. You're not. None of you are. You've gone off the deep end, okay? So let's make this movie, and let's move forward, okay? And baby girl says hi to everybody. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for all the great comments. Appreciate them. Leave funny comments because I'm all about it. And so with that, thanks for liking, subscribing to the channel. Oh man, we're gonna get to 200,000. My goal is to get to 200,000 by the end of the year, so we have a couple months to go. And with that, thanks for taking the time to like and subscribe. I do appreciate you guys a lot. Have a great rest of your day.